Hello, and welcome to this tutorial on preparing to attend a Readiness and Emergency Management for Schools Technical Assistance Center on-site training by request. If you're viewing this tutorial, you are likely already registered to attend a School Behavioral Threat Assessments and Introduction training hosted by a school or school district in your community. The goal of this tutorial is to provide a brief introduction to the REMS TA Center and to provide you with information on preparing to attend the training event, including accessing the required training materials to help ensure you gain the most benefit from the information presented on-site. Let's get started. The REMS TA Center was established by the U.S. Department of Education in October 2004 and is administered by the Office of Safe and Healthy Students. We serve as a hub of information, tools, training, and resources designed to support practitioners, including K-12 schools and school districts, both public and non-public, along with their community partners in their comprehensive school preparedness efforts, including maintaining all hazards and high-quality emergency operations plans, or EOPs. We are also available to support our stakeholders with responsive technical assistance via email at info@remstacenter.org or by toll-free telephone at 1-855-781-REMS or 7367. The primary method for accessing the REMS TA Center's resources is our website, https://rems.ed.gov. Our homepage provides links to frequently requested resources, news and highlights from the field, and information critical to school EOP development, including the Guide for Developing High-Quality School Emergency Operations Plans, which is known as the School Guide. The School Guide forms the foundation for most of the REMS TA Center's resources and will be referred to in the training. The School Guide describes 6 planning principles that are key to developing an EOP that addresses a range of threats or hazards. It also provides a recommended 6-step planning process to review, create, or revise an EOP. To access all the resources mentioned here, and those that will be discussed in your training, please visit the REMS TA Center website. Let's now review the information you will need to prepare for the training event. The School Behavioral Threat Assessments and Introduction training intends to teach participants about various components of school behavioral threat assessments. It is based in part on findings from the Safe School Initiative, also known as the SSI. The SSI was a joint initiative between the U.S. Department of Education and the U.S. Secret Service to examine the pre-incident thinking and behavior of 41 student attackers in 37 incidents between the years of 1974 and 2000 to identify information that can aid in preventing future attacks. The training is also based on information and guidance on threat assessments from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, as found in the School Guide. You will also learn about effective characteristics of threat assessments to consider when forming an approach and team, along with some specialized topics, such as the use of social media in threat assessments. You will have the opportunity to apply what you have learned in small group discussions and be able to practice a basic threat assessment in a tabletop exercise. The aim of the training is to help you to describe some of the key findings from SSI that guide implementation in schools, understand the purpose of a school threat assessment and the role of a threat assessment team, recognize how threats can be made online and how to identify these threats, list some effective elements of a school threat assessment, and identify the 5 stages of a school threat assessment. When you registered for this training, you should have received a registration confirmation message with information on accessing the training materials online. The main resource you will refer to in the training is a participant workbook. You also have the opportunity to download a copy of the School Guide, which will be referenced in the training. We will briefly go over these materials so you are prepared to get the most out of your training day. The participant workbook includes presentation slides which are helpful to have on hand during the training day. You can view them virtually by bringing along a laptop or tablet device with the downloaded materials, or in a hard copy by printing them out ahead of time. They will allow you to follow along with the training and take notes throughout the day on anything you learn or want to return to later. The participant workbook also includes a resource list which provides descriptions and links to resources on threat assessments and other topics related to threat assessments, such as school climate and bullying. Before attending the training, we encourage you to view the REMS TA Center's archived webinar on forming a school behavioral threat assessment team, which provides an overview of the information you will learn in more detail at the training. Presenters in this webinar discuss the 8 common elements of an effective threat assessment. For example, that they are performed by a trained multidisciplinary team. After viewing the webinar, please make note of at least 2 aspects of threat assessments you would like to learn more about or unanswered questions you have on the topic. If they are not addressed within the training, we invite you to request information on these topics during the training's open discussion. To view this webinar, visit the web page you see on your screen. Before attending the training, we also encourage you to learn more about your school's or school district's existing threat assessment processes. This knowledge will help in the training's guided discussions and may help you identify questions ahead of time you would like to ask the instructors during the training. You should read through the processes and policies you already have in place, if any. Identify 2 or 3 of the threat assessment's key concepts or principles, and list 3 things you hope to learn more about in the training. Again, bring this list to the training and ask the instructor about the concepts if they are not addressed on the day. This concludes our tutorial for today. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact the REMS TA Center's help desk by email at info@remstacenter.org or by toll-free telephone at 1-855-781-REMS or 7367 during regular business hours Eastern Time. We appreciate your time and your dedication to the important topic of school emergency preparedness and wish you all the best for a productive and enriching training event.